Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, nerdlings of all ages. This is the final game. Who is going to progress? We have, in the 12 o'clock position of Metropolis as the red Protoss player, tying up the series 1-0, but he needs to get one more win. Representing Team Dignitas, we have BlinG. And his opponent, very strong UK Zerg. Will he be able to defeat his illustrious opponent and move on with the sponsorship package to I-47? We have Ourk. A very close and very tense series between these two masters of their craft so far here at the ESET UK Masters tournament, but we only have one qualifying seed left, and one of these two players will have to leave without qualifying. There are still more qualification spots available after tonight. We will see qualifiers number 3 and 4 out of the potential 8 finish up. And that means that there are 4 more spots available in the final 2 qualifiers. So if you guys want to be signing up for that, or if you want to check out when they are, go to eset-masters.co.uk. There you will find all the information you require about signing up for these tournaments, when they are. They all start on Thursdays at 6 p.m. UK time, so you will be able to check them out, and I will be here casting them for you as well. We have got, of course, the pool first coming down from Ourk, and the pylon on the low ground from BlinG. And Metropolis is a fairly well-known macro map. So Ourk in the previous 2 games has been able to sneak his hatch down when the probe got too far away. Will he be able to do the same this time around? He's certainly trying, and ooh, not quite on the first 2 attempts. There we go on attempt number 3. BlinG unable to stop the hatch going down for as long as he would have liked, as we do have a Nexus and the Forge go down for our Protoss in fairly normal fashion. A Queen now going to be popping out for Ourk. Let's see how many Lings he chooses to produce at this time. He hasn't produced any so far. Okay, there we go. So the first 4, we're going to have exactly the same opening coming out of him here. And the gateway goes down for BlinG with a cannon to finish the wall off at some point very soon indeed. So all very bread and butter standard PvZ at the moment in this game number 3. Game 1 was bloody weird going into the mid-game. Game 2 was a lot more normal, and BlinG hit a beautiful timing against Ourk. Game 3, though, let's see what it holds. We have actually got all 3 hatcheries down now, and will these Lings be able to stop the probe from scouting the 3rd? No, if he actually blocked it off properly, he might have been able to kill the probe before the probe could scout the 3rd hatch, but as it stands, BlinG has all the information he needs. That probe is going to mineral walk straight home, not going to wait at all. Putting the cybernetics core on the high ground, by the way, so that it doesn't get sniped off. Should Ourk do some sort of timing attack and remove a building at the wall. And of course, once you snipe it off, it becomes very, very difficult if you have to try and reinforce with stuff that isn't Stalkers, that isn't Sentries. Zealots alone, not always the best choice in those kind of situations. So making sure the cybernetics core is tucked well out of the way. But all appears to be well here. Ourk is establishing map control with those early Lings, going to be moving out to capture those watchtowers and keeping a Ling outside the main base to see exactly when BlinG chooses to move out with them as well. And BlinG is just going to macro up, as is Ourk at the moment. The current work supply is 32 to 28 in favor of BlinG. Ourk will soon be able to catch up to that, of course, off of his 3 hatcheries. In the meantime, Warp Gate research about 20% of the way complete. The composition for BlinG at the moment, as far as army is concerned, is a single Stalker, and he's going straight into that robotics facility. We see that +1 ground weapons coming down for him as well. Double extractor now coming down at the natural for Ourk. Is that in addition to 1 in the main? No, that's not. That's a spawning pool. I was just looking at the mini-map, so all is fine. And Ourk's doing exactly the same thing as we saw in game number 2. He is not phased by BlinG's play here. It's going to be a little difficult for BlinG to try and take a 3rd and hold on to it with that 3 gateway wall up here, because it is at the bottom of a ramp, but it looks like he's going to be going for that anyway, because we have a probe going towards the 3rd base, and he will be going for that 3rd nexus. So very interesting. You're on Tube, the map architecture lends itself to this kind of play, and on this particular map, It is much further away, but potentially susceptible to Ling run-bys, because it's a little bit more difficult to wall off the choke here at the third base, just because it's at the bottom of a ramp. And BlinG actually... Whoa. He's going up to a lot of extra gateway, and he has the probe there at the third, but he's not actually putting it down. We've got, a lot of extra... I think this could be a two-base timing. Immortals coming out from the robotics facility, being chrono boosted. Actually, we don't have an Immortal in production at the moment. Whoopsie daisies. Probably wants to get another one. There we go. Don't chrono boost it without putting a unit in there, and 6 more gateways going down now. And the Overlord here will probably be able to see, and yeah, he's going in to see about that third base. He should see that the probe is there. Oh, the Nexus goes down, and I think this time it might get cancelled. This could be an Immortal all-in from BlinG with a cancelled Nexus. The Overlord swiftly moving away. BlinG allowing his opponent to see that the third Nexus has gone down, but he has his third Immortal being chrono boosted out now. And what does Ourk have? Ourk is getting his lair. He's getting a macro hatch, which is nice. He is getting upgrades. He has got metabolic boost done, but he's making a huge round of drones, and Spore Crawlers coming in as well in case of any harassment in close by air. Third Immortal now out. More and more sentries coming in. A Chrono Boost being used on the gateways. This is definitely a huge timing coming out from BlinG. Let's see if the Nexus gets cancelled or if he's willing just to let it finish in case he needs to fall back on it. But it's in a very difficult position to defend against Zergling run-by should that happen. Ourk now moving it across the map into the center, able to pick off that probe, and will be able to get the sentry as well. The Stalker as well. But here come the sentries and Immortals. The plan is revealed. A decent force field picking off about, actually preventing his own army from moving forward there, so giving Ourk a little bit of time to prepare, but warping in additional Stalkers now as he moves towards the natural and third base. Ourk knows what's up. 13 Roaches on the way. A lot of sentries though with this army composition, and the Immortals are looking menacing as ever. Picks apart that Creep Tumor. Great job there. And BlinG now moves forward. Has he moved forward a little bit too much? The force fields come down a little late. One Immortal goes down straight away. Let's find out if it matters. Every single unit though is super important at this stage of the game. And yes, the third base did get cancelled amongst all of that, by the way. So BlinG is going all in with this. He has to make this work, but his own force fields haven't been optimal so far. Let's see if he can destroy the third base here of Ourk. A lot will rely on these force fields. Is he going to move in and possibly wait for a backstab in the back? No, he's waiting to see the Warp Prism, wanting to make sure that's in the correct place. And now he's going to move towards the natural. Will Ourk be able to react in time? He needs to try and stop the army from engaging him. Decent force fields, and yes, the Roaches are in fact zoned out here. They can only fill in single file, and this allows the Immortal to do the absolute maximum amount of damage. Good force field in the main base, and BlinG might be able to do it here in game number 3. Not too many Roaches. But he actually gets quite a few inside the force fields. He should be able to pick apart the Immortals, but BlinG has additional Warpins available. He should be able to get more and more Stalkers with this army composition. Still one Immortal. Could actually load it up into the Warp Prism if he feels like microing it, and a lot of Roaches now coming down the bottom for Ourk. This is going to be the defining moment of the game. Good force field on the main ramp, preventing those units from getting through, and another Warpin coming in from BlinG. Great force field at the gas there, and I think that might be the nail in the coffin. Ourk moving with all of his drones. He needs a couple more force fields, does BlinG, and if he zones out this army, he should win the game and the series. Ourk now down to 77 supply, rest of the 115 of BlinG continuing to move forward with this amazing army here. We should see a couple of Zealots in the third as well, because ideally that is still mining, but it might not matter at this point. The tech at the natural has been destroyed. The natural hatchery has been destroyed. There is still an Immortal with this army, and BlinG is just going to casually move towards the third base now. He doesn't want to go up into the main. He wants to slowly pick Ourk apart limb from limb. And I think BlinG should be able to do this here. Let's go. We have more. Ooh, wow. Drones coming in with this attack as well from Ourk and actually squeezing through the force fields. This will be the final engagement. The Warp Prism picking up a couple of units there. He should be able to drop them in the back. And GG, well played coming out from Ourk. Dignitas BlinG comes back from a game behind to earn his ESET UK Masters qualification spot.